Party unity supports effective governance by bringing lawmakers into alignment, reinforcing policy execution and promoting political stability. When parties are cohesive, they are more capable of fulfilling their campaign commitments, whereas divided parties often face difficulties in decision-making, resulting in inconsistent policies. Some political scientists say too much unity can suppress internal debates, while a healthy level of internal democracy encourages more inclusive governance. How true is this? My guest, Dr. Sude Iko Sami, an APC chieftain and public affairs analyst, will speak to us. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on Insights.
Thank you.
And I must say he's wearing so many caps, but we will be drawing from his wealth of knowledge. Now let's begin. To what extent can party unity improve efficiency of governance?
You know, clearly when a leader, be a governor or a president, has a mandate of leading quite a number of people of different diverse background and all, the essence of unity will come in so many factors, from the religion, culture, and several other factors. When you bring everybody together, it means that you are giving opportunity for every participant or member of the party to air his or her views. In the end, in the event of airing their views, there are a lot of people that will actually say out things that might not be very convenient to you or otherwise. Your ability to sit down and accept and tolerate all of it and come out with a public policy mandate that will be able to be popular among all, normally promote governance, promote peace, and bring stability in any government around the world, not just Nigeria. So for the fact that you reach out to every diverse background of religion or other cultures, different individuals, to come up with a policy that will be popular among the generality of the people you are mandated to lead, that brings a lot of progress for any party in power. Example, just like our own party, All Progressive Congress. It's a party, if you look at the South, we have a president from the South. If you look at the North, we have a vice president from the North, down to the legislature, there's a division from North and South. That's why it goes around the entire state and the governors as well. So the ability of our leader, President Asiwaju, an example, our governor, I will take example very local, our governor of Kebbi State, by reaching out to ensure that in every strata of government he has, he ensures that every part of the state is fully represented, the interest is fully represented, infrastructural policy are actually equitably distributed in the course of executing them, jobs that are done within the state and nationally ensured. I'll give you an example again. National project. If you look at north to south, Sokoto to Badagry, excellent project. It might not be as expensive as Lagos to Calabar because of the coastal nature of the route, so the cost will be different. But the jobs have to be done. If you crisscross the country from north to south, south central, northwest, and southwest, down to south-south, this project alone brings people out of their suburbs to be engaged in economic activities, to be engaged in activities around the entire state or region they are from. That brings unity, that brings people together, and that will be able to promote peace and stability of any government. It is our ability to understand how it's done, the manner it's done, the time, the timing, and how people are actually being informed and educated about executing those things that will be able to define to you that we have a government that is hearing, that is listening to everyone and is bringing everyone together so that we can have a stable and peaceful democracy.
And a party still accommodates meaningful internal dissent without weakening its public image?
No, it is the reason why I brought all this to bear is when you're talking about unity, you have to look at the factors that is militating to the success of any unity, and that's good governance. And when you allow unity within every member of the committee or the party, it does not disallow people from airing out their views in the event that government is failing.
Okay.
But what it will do eventually, it will be able to strengthen the faith of every individual within the party or the state or the community. So unity, as it is, even in religion, if I can go gospel for you, unity is actually what propels us to be most closer to our Lord. So it's important for you to know that putting unity first, promoting unity first in a party will only allow every person to be on the same pedestal, to be able to speak out their views, and be able to have harmony. And that's what you need in governance or leadership of any party.
All right. So do you think there's an optimum balance between party cohesion and internal democracy? How do we drive both of them?
Okay. You see, the essence of party politics is only mentioned when we have internal democracy. And when they say internal democracy, I'm going to give you the context of this government. This government was able to float in what they call a direct primaries. You know what that means? It means every person that registered as a member of a party is entitled to stand on a line and choose a candidate at the primary level. So tell me which is more democratic than allowing every member of the party to be active participant in nominating candidates of their choice in political parties. So that has sorted out that. So the question of internal democracy, all the factors are level right there. So our ability to be tolerant in the course of executing that, that's when the question comes. The leaders that have been given responsibility in those local government or those states, will they be able to listen to people to be able to now do that? That's why the question coming. And that's why you have different leaders and different accommodating power of every leader. But what the central leader is saying, everyone should be able to practice internal democracy. He's promoting internal democracy by saying he's promoting direct primaries. He's also promoting consensus.
Okay.
Which means when you bring the entire family together and said, choose a head. If they decide to follow the queue and realize that one person is more popular, the same leaders or stakeholders can decide to say, no, let's not stress A, B, and C. Let us all come together and look at the qualities and potentials of the ones that play. Who is best for him to be able to deliver our mandate? And the popular view among all of them will be able to come up with a position and say, okay, we're taking a consensus on this one. Or rather, we're going on direct primaries. The one has the popular among all the mandate from ward level to the state level. Who is more popular, he will be selected. Tell me which is more democratic and more stability in polity than this.
Okay, now let me come in there. Talking about stability,
Yeah.
do strong party structures enhance accountability, or do they just shield leaders from criticism?
They do.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. Strong party means strong leadership. And strong leadership means strong accountability. I'll take an example, very local. A chairman of a party of a state has a duty to do an oversight on the way manner the entire electorate or the constituent of that state are actually handled by the leaders they selected. By calling for stakeholders meeting regularly to be able to hear views over every individual in that state or every stakeholder in that state so that they will criticize, analyze, and advise. The moment that's happening, which is very key in our democracy, stakeholder engagement. And the leadership of the party will listen to the stakeholder engagement, listen to collaboration, listen to the conclusion that is analyzed at that point. I'll be able to advise the people that are elected. You must take this direction because this is where the win is. That is how leadership of a party will be able to have a stronger influence in the way governance is done, and political stability or governance stability will be established in every strata of government. If we can do that, success is our own, and the political stability will be something that will be easily achieved in our polity today.
Okay, so let's take it to the red and green chambers. So how does party unity influence the relationship between the executive and the legislative branches?
You know, the legislative branch, known to make our laws and oversee how all those laws are being executed by executive, this is a branch of government. But the essence of their legislative functions can only succeed when they legislate and oversee policies of government that is in tandem with the progress, peace, and stability of the state.
Okay.
One example, if they execute a policy that nationally we need to have security of our land by ensuring every part of our country is secured, by legislating every resources, every project that will be able to make sure that the country achieves that. The executive takes that and ensure that these funds are dispensed, to every part of the government, every part of the project the legislature have been able to legislate on. We will be able to have a stability, we will be able to have peace. It means that if the legislature decides to do a budget of 100 billion for a particular security architecture in northeast or northwest or southwest or south-south, and the executive does that, making sure that all these funds are dispensed, that will bring the stability we all desire. So if you take that as an example for them to legislate, to bring up to be able to legislate a particular project that will be executed by the executive, and it brings that security, that is legislature and executive working together in tandem. Okay. There is no way, because you have a challenge where maybe executive have a particular executive bill and it's been challenged by the legislature, and eventually we don't have a harmony, or that particular process or that policy that the government wanted has not been able to be achieved, or there is no harmony, there is no negotiation. That is not going to be good for the government. Is that debate they will go and execute, they will go and do among themselves. They will be able to make a lot of revision, they will revise it, they will edit it, and they will be able to say, okay, we're actually mandating the executive to review A, B, and C so that we can have a very excellent bill. That is the engagement that is desired. In the event that the executive made a mistake, the legislature, in the course of legislating that particular policy, during the course of the debate, the executive on their own would decide to withdraw that bill, resend it again, so that it will be deliberated. That engagement that happens on a regular basis for the common man, we always have to remember that the president, the executive, legislature, and everybody, they are serving Nigerians, you and I. Mm-hmm. So if at the end of the day, that policy that is actually being brought as an executive bill is being deliberated, debated at the legislative level, and they be able to achieve a particular focus, what is in tandem with the needs of Nigerians, that is what is good for Nigeria, and that is how we see governance. The longer the debate, it is the level of engagement of the debate that will be able to allow Nigerians to understand the real issue at hand, not what you see in the social media and all of that spaces where people misinterpret the real issues. So at every time Mr. President is executing a policy that is not in the Constitution, or rather is not in the policy framework of the government, is a new one, executive bill or otherwise, it goes to legislature. They debate it. Sometimes at the committee level, sometimes a private bill can go as far as taking several hours of debate privately before they come out as an executive session, before they go to open session where the whole Nigerians see the debate. And when it is at that point that will start making decisions and be deliberating and discussing about it. But if all these spaces, the open hearing, the public hearing, the executive session, at the executive level, at the legislature, is something that all of us Nigerians actually really see. There are a lot of things we will not even debate about, but that is the essence of government, and that is how we'll be able to have a fashionable stage in which every good issue, every good policy that goes to the legislature that is being executed, or rather deliberated at the executive level, will go a long way in bringing economic and political stability of our country. And that's what all we aim for.
Okay. Now, my final question is this. In what ways can excessive party discipline undermine our representation of constituents' interest?
Yeah, it depends on what you mean by excessive.
Okay.
Because oftentimes, the moment you have proper engagement at the party level against the leaders, if the engagement is regular, is steady, and is open, every point the party level decide to exercise some form of discipline to the participant of the party, it will go a long way in bringing governance stability. Okay. And in most cases, in the event that that particular engagement is not properly done, that's when you start hearing of what they call legality and legal issues. People start going to court and all that. Less engagement between the leaders of the party and the members, that's actually what brings that rancor. But there is more engagement, regular, whereby things that the leaders have done are wrong, have been aired to them on time, it will go a long way in actually bringing stability, and hardly hardly will you be able to see such rancor in the course of governance.
Dr. Sude Iko Sani, I want to thank you so much for joining us on Insight. Thank you for enlightening us on our full course. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,